Welcome, animals lovers, to an incredible journey filled with moments so breathtaking that you'll wonder if some brave zoo visitors are crazy. Discovering the activities of the 12 dumbest zoo guests caught on camera. What were they thinking? We'll take you on a wild adventure today. These strange experiences, which range from swimming with polar bears to trying to win over lions to Christianity, will astound you and leave you wondering about the motivations behind these amazing deeds. Prepare yourself for an absurd safari experience as we explore the antics that made these zoo visits into remarkable shows. Now let's get started. Number 12. Polar Bear Encounter Drama. A 32-year-old lady braved the difficult barriers of walls, fences, and thorny shrubs to jump into a polar bear enclosure at the Berlin Zoo in an event that left many wondering why she did it. Even with the protections provided by the enclosure, the woman was involved in a dangerous situation when the bears were feasting. She was viciously mauled by one polar bear in particular, who bit her arms and legs several times. The 6 zookeepers bravely stepped in and tried to divert the attention of the 4 fearsome animals. They made multiple arduous tries before they were able to effectively force the bear away and remove the woman to safety, illustrating the risks that come with people disobeying safety protocols in the presence of dangerous animals. Number 11. Teaching lions the gospel. In an odd instance, a brave person chose to try teaching lions the gospel, an unorthodox method of interacting with wildlife. This bold individual crept into the lion pen and gave the command to be bitten by the great beasts, all the while shouting, "Jesus will save you." The spiritual message obviously had little effect on the lions. In fact, one especially indifferent male lion demonstrated his contempt by ripping the preacher's jacket. Before employing tranquilizer darts, quick-thinking zookeepers diverted the lions with water mules. Fortunately, an almost disastrous scenario was avoided, illustrating the erratic results of well-meaning but incorrect interactions with animal species. Number 10. Pandemonium in a panda enclosure. In an adventure that defies sense, chaos broke out when someone chose to breach into a panda enclosure at a zoo in Taiwan. Disregarding the barriers intended to safeguard both humans and wildlife, this bold trespasser disturbed the panda's undisturbed slumber. The encounter that transpired was an intense one as the enraged panda, startled out of its sleep, charged at the intruder. The invader was entangled by the panda despite desperate attempts to break free, directly experiencing the consequences of their careless choice. This startling event is a harsh reminder that when their peace is disturbed, even ostensibly peaceful pandas may quickly turn into powerful beings. Number 9. Drunken Lion Encounter. In 2016, there was an unusual incident in the Nehru Zoo in Hyderabad, India, where a man who was obviously drunk made a daring jump into the lion's enclosure, creating a tense environment. He seemed indifferent, singing as if it were just another day in his drunken existence, despite the shocked witnesses' protests. Worried bystanders and zoo officials, the drunken person even tried to interact with the lions. Luckily, good fortune was on his side, because the man's careless adventure happened after the lions were fed, preventing a possible catastrophe. At some point, zoo employees stepped in and used a pole to securely remove the man before handing him over to the police, highlighting the thin line between drunken daring and the inherent risks associated with seeing wild animals. Number 8. Close Call with a Toronto Jaguar. The Toronto Zoo witnessed a heart-stopping incident where a visitor's attempt to take the ideal selfie became dangerous during a close call with a Toronto Jaguar. This brave person leaped into the tiger enclosure, disregarding safety measures and the impending danger. The visitor's left arm sustained a significant gash when the swift-thinking tiger struck at him with a strong paw. Amazingly, the repercussions may have been much worse. The unpredictability of wild animals kept in captivity and the significance of adhering to zoo safety protocols. Number 7. Swimming with sharks. A man from British Columbia engaged in an unusual dive into a tank at Toronto's Ripley's Aquarium in 2018, But this wasn't your typical aquatic exhibit. He stripped down in front of the surprised patrons and dove into a tank that held the aquarium's main attraction, a group of threatening sharks rather than tranquil tropical fish. When spectators could no longer look away, security officers stepped in and told the nude daredevil to get out of the tank. Unfazed, he did one last backflip to cap off his aquatic antics before swimming around for a few more minutes. The guests were left amazed and entertained by this daring encounter with peril. Number 6. Selfie struggle with a jaguar. A woman's pursuit of the ideal selfie took a perilous turn in 2019 at the Wildlife World Zoo Aquarium and Safari Park in Arizona. She decided to take a chance and jump into the jaguar enclosure since she didn't like what she could see from behind the safety barrier. She came perilously close to the deadly cat, ignoring the possible threat, and it swung with such force that a large cut appeared on her left arm. Even though the zoo expressed regret, this occurrence serves as a reminder of how important it is to abide by safety precautions and recognize that wild creatures can be unpredictable, even when they are kept in captivity. Number 5. Warsaw's drunken bear wrestler. A man's drunken irresponsibility reached unheard-of levels in a strange occurrence at the Warsaw Zoo when he chose to wrestle with a bear named Sabrina in May 2020, when COVID-19 rules were lessened. Disregarding precautions and exhibiting an astonishing lack of common sense, the drunken person not only confronted the bear head-on, but also shoved it into the river before scurrying out of the enclosure. This bold move cost them $7,300 in fines, showing what happens when public safety regulations are disregarded along with the welfare of the zoo's animal residents. Number 4. Snake exhibit misadventure. A seemingly innocuous meeting at a snake display in Phuket, Thailand, took a dangerous turn because of a bold error. Captivated by the appeal of the reptile residents, one woman decided to try kissing a python on the head in an attempt to intensify the encounter. Unfortunately, the serpent mistook the gesture for something else and pounced on her with surprising force, giving the brave guest a large bite to the nose. The handlers of the snakes acted quickly to avert a deadly mishap, underscoring the important lesson of keeping spectators and the zoo's wild residents apart. Number 3. Spider-monkey attack. A man's foolish choice to invade the territory of territorial and aggressive spider monkeys resulted in a dangerous encounter in a terrifying event at the zoo in Sao Paulo. He jumped over obstacles and swam towards the primates, driven by booze, only to encounter their quick and aggressive retaliation. The angry monkeys attacked him immediately, biting his arm and shoulder painfully. The man was harmed, but zoo staff acted quickly to save him from the hostile primates. This terrifying incident serves as a sharp warning of the potential repercussions of careless behavior, as well as the significance of respecting animal boundaries in zoo surroundings. Number 2. Bronx Zoo Lion Den Intruder. An incredible event occurred at the Bronx Zoo when a daring trespasser chose to enter a lion's lair. This daring deed took place when the courageous person jumped inside the enclosure and confronted the large predator head-on. The tension built as the lion and the visitor had an unexpected conversation. Amazingly, the result defied expectations and ended with no injuries to either side. This unsettling incident serves as a sharp reminder of the unpredictability of wildlife. Number 1. Penguin Heist. The ultimate misadventure. The penguin heist. The ultimate misadventure is a shining example of bold irresponsibility in the history of zoo farce. Imagine this. After a wild night of partying, 2 Welsh visitors decide to push the boundaries of their adventure at Queensland SeaWorld. Their crowning achievement involves trying to pilfer a penguin, following their antics with dolphins, and shooting a fire extinguisher into a shark tank. This ridiculous theft, driven by liquid bravery, produced a humorous yet sobering story. When the drunken offenders sobbed, they were faced not only with the repercussions of their careless behavior, but also with a hefty fine of $1,000 Australian dollars each. There you have it, people. The crazy exploration of 12 dumbest zoo guests caught on camera. Please share the fun with your friends. Hit the like button and subscribe for more engrossing stuff if you like the show. Stay crazy and tuned until next time.